In the meantime, let's continue to get to the details on the ongoing restless protest. For the time being, that has been put to a halt as far as the assurances that have been given by the union government to the wrestlers till by the 15th of June. Now, the Delhi police is expected to file its charge sheet against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, where the centre has also assured the wrestlers to conclude the probe before the 15th of June itself. Now, before the probe gets completed, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh today has announced to plan a massive show of strength, and that too just days before, as far as this deadline on the 15th of June comes to an end. This program that is being proposed at the Sri Raghuraj Sharan Singh Mahavidyalaya next to Balapur on Gonda Lucknow Road as well. And this is what he had to say this morning as far as the ongoing investigation by the Delhi police in this case is concerned.
सारे विषय कोर्ट के संज्ञान में हैं और सरकार ने आश्वासन भी दिया है कि 15 तारीख तक चार्जशीट फाइल होगी। अब चार्जशीट फाइल होने दीजिए, फिर अगर बोलना उचित होगा तो बोला जाएगा। अभी मुझे नहीं लगता है कि मुझे कुछ बोलना चाहिए।
लेकिन जितने भी पहलवान प्रदर्शन कर रहे थे उन्होंने आरोप लगाया कि आप लगातार दबाव बना रहे हैं, लेकिन अब तो मामला ही पलट गया। अब वो कह रहे हैं कि उन पर दबाव बनाया गया था कि वो इस तरह के केस दर्ज कराएं पॉक्सो एक्ट के अंतर्गत।
ये काम कोर्ट का है।
तो आपको लगता है कि न्याय मिलेगा आपको, क्योंकि आप बार बार कह रहे हैं कि आपने कुछ भी गलत नहीं किया। आपको लगता है कि अब न्याय मिलेगा क्योंकि धीरे धीरे चीजें अपने आप सामने आ रही हैं?
ये भी काम कोर्ट का है।
However, when it comes to the wrestlers reaching out for a temporary truce with the union government, the government has also assured the wrestlers that the police investigation will be completed on or before by 15th of June. And the government has also given assurances that all of the FIRs that were registered against the wrestlers will now be taken back. Let me straight away go across to Aishwarya, who has been tracking down all of the details as far as Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh's announcement of a mega show of strength is also concerned. Aishwarya, the timing is something that can also be questioned as far as what is the need of the show of strength just before the 15th of June deadline will end.
Well, that's the kind of messaging that Brij Bhushan Sharan wanted to send out, that he is innocent and the party is with him. Certainly, on one side, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh has been constantly saying that this is a political event and a part of Sampark for Samarthan campaign, and that's why a mega political rally had been called. But and in this particular rally, there would be MLAs, legislatures, and other key supporters of the Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh will be coming over there at the Gonda Lucknow Road. But on the other side, remember, in the past as well, when there were several rallies that were held by Brij Bhushan Sharan, he categorically mentioned that if found guilty in any of the charges, then he would hang himself in public. And now it is and he clearly believes in the judicial system. He believes in the police, and the investigation is on, and he'll wait for 15th of June till the time the final charge sheet and the status quo report of the police is not submitted. He clearly had stated that he had no he is innocent and there is no proof in any of the charges that have been made by wrestlers. But on the other side, after the meeting with Sports Minister Anurag Thakur, wrestlers have been assured that the investigation is currently going on, and it is completely transparent. There is no sides taken till the time the wrestlers should not protest, and wrestlers should go back to their academies. And they and Anurag Thakur also hinted that Vinesh Fogart, Sakshi Malik and Bajrang Punia can also participate in the trials for the upcoming Asian Championship. But clearly it is the investigation that will lead the entire case as to what it will come out, because yesterday there were another twist and turn which came out after the minor's father gave a statement clearly stating that they filed the complaint on as they were under pressure, and now they have retracted to it after submitting another statement under the POXO Act. So clearly it now it depends, and it's a wait and watch policy until 15th of June that what will happen. Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh clearly denying of any of the charges and being defended on for them.
All right, Aishwarya, thanks very much for the moment. Aishwarya has also been speaking to those people whose statements have also been recorded and taken in by the police on its ongoing investigation. However, remains to be seen on what day exactly, that too also before on the 15th, will the Delhi police's status report and also the charge sheet would be ready. For the moment, thank you very much, Aishwarya, for joining in. Shifting our focus now to the state of Madhya Pradesh, where the Ganga Jamuna school that has been in the eye of the storm in the Damoh district is, as far as the conversion racket, as per the FIR that has now been registered on part of the police after a poster that apparently surfaced showing Hindu girls wearing hijab or the headscarf, as the students have also now come on record to claim that they were being coerced, they were being forced into it. Over 300 students that have claimed to be Hindus in the school, and all of the female students apparently in that 378 figure were forced to wear the hijab. After the outrage, the FIR that has been registered against the school, it's been suspended, and the Shivraj Sarkar has also promised the strictest possible action against what they call as this ongoing racket. First, let's tell you about what the FIR says about this diabolical Damoh hijab imposition. Now, in the meantime, when it comes to the FIR, as far as the children and the statements that have also been taken, that also talks about how they were apparently forced to wear such kind of a uniform, and also when it comes to hurting the sentiments of the Hindu community, even when it comes to they wearing their religious identities, they were apparently punished, and in a way was also forced to even learn namaz and also their prayers as well. Now, we listen into what a former student has been claiming. While the hijab was imposed, but symbols like tika and suraksha sutra or even the kalava were not allowed for the Hindu students.
लड़कियां जो आपके साथ पढ़ती थीं वो किस तरह से क्या ड्रेसअप होता था उनका?
वो ड्रेस के साथ हिजाब पहन कर जाती थी।
सब
हाँ,
हिंदू मुस्लिम सारी लड़कियां?
यस सर। जब मैं टीका लगा के जाता था तो टीका छुटवा लेते थे, रक्षा सूत्र बांध के जाता था तो वो भी कटवा लेते थे, और वो बोलते थे कि कल से पहन कर मत आना, और जाते भी थे तो मारते थे। वो बोलते थे कि जो नमाज जो पढ़ाते हैं वो अभी तुमसे आधा बनता है, पूरा कर आना, अगर नहीं आओगे तो मारेंगे।
अच्छा, नमाज भी पढ़ाते थे?
यस सर। सर, जब स्कूल की छुट्टी का टाइम होता था तो सब बच्चों से, पूरे स्कूल के बच्चों को ग्राउंड में खड़ा करते थे और सबसे पढ़ाते थे।
However, the police, which has now registered the FIR, and the NCPCR that is also intervening, the Chief Minister, however, has been warning that such kind of action that will be taken, so that an example is set of no other one who could dare to take up or to undertake forced conversions in the state of Madhya Pradesh.
प्रदेश में कुछ जगह धर्मांतरण के कुचक्र चल रहे हैं, हम उनको कामयाब नहीं होने देंगे। हमने जांच के भी निर्देश दिए, विशेषकर जो शिक्षण संस्थान हैं, अगर गलत ढंग से शिक्षा भी दी जा रही होगी तो हम उसको भी चेक करेंगे। लेकिन दमोह की घटना में तो अब हमारे पास रिपोर्ट आ रही है, मुझे बता दिया गया है, ये बहुत गंभीर मामला है।
सामान्य तौर पर जब इस तरह के मामले सामने आते हैं, टेरर फंडिंग या इससे जुड़े, तो राष्ट्रीय एजेंसियां उसकी जांच करती हैं। गंगा जमनी स्कूल जो है, इसमें अभी इस तरह के लिए राष्ट्रीय एजेंसी ने हमसे संपर्क नहीं किया है। अगर कोई संपर्क करेगा तो राज्य की पुलिस पूरा सहयोग करेगी।
हमने तात्कालीन रूप से एसपी को लिखा था कि सबूत हटाने की कार्रवाई जो है इंडियन एविडेंस एक्ट के अगेंस्ट है, इस पे कार्रवाई करिए, इस पे मुकदमा दर्ज करिए। तो हमने एक डिटेल नोटिस कलेक्टर को, एसपी को, चीफ सेक्रेटरी को, डीजीपी को भेजा है। ये एक गंभीर किस्म की बात है कि हम बच्चों को क्या सिखा रहे हैं। अगर हम स्कूल का लोगो ऐसा रखेंगे तो निश्चित रूप से ये देशद्रोह है।
Meanwhile, there is also politics taking place over the issue, and the questions are also being raised on part of the Congress party, which, remember, had earlier rejected the hijab controversy and the ban that was imposed in the state of Karnataka and called it saffronization to target the Muslim community girls. Now today, with the similar kind of situation happening with the Hindu girls, BJP is now raising the question, say, if the Congress party will now stand with the Hindu girls.
बात ये है कि मुद्दा क्रिएट किया जाता है। सारा प्रेस लगा हुआ था महाकाल के अंदर भ्रष्टाचार का मुद्दा डाइवर्ट करना था, हिंदू मुस्लिम करना था, तो हिजाब लिया। दमोह में, कर्नाटक में जो हुआ, कितना चला हिजाब का मैटर, कितना चला, नतीजा क्या निकला।
However, it is not just the Congress, but the AIMIM as well was raising questions and calling it that nobody was actually forced or even coerced to wear the hijab in that school. And Owaisi has been calling it as a complete lie and slander and saying that the particular community is being deliberately targeted.
कलेक्टर जाकर देखे तो मालूम हुआ कि ऐसा कोई जबरदस्ती है ही नहीं। किसी को हिजाब, निकाब या दुपट्टा का प्रेशर ही नहीं है। कलेक्टर ने ट्वीट किया कि सब बकवास है, झूठ है। एसपी ने कहा कि झूठ है, वहां के सुपरिटेंडेंट ऑफ पुलिस ने। उसके बाद क्या हुआ कि वहां पर उस जिले के बीजेपी के सदर ने डिस्ट्रिक्ट एजुकेशन ऑफिसर जब अपने ऑफिस को जा रहा था तो उसके मुंह पर काली इंक फेंक दी। कलेक्टर बोल रहा है, एसपी बोल रहा है, मगर नफरत है मुसलमानों से, नफरत है। हमारी बच्चियां हिजाब पहनती हैं।
However, Owaisi reacting to this hijab row, and the Congress party too has a reaction on this, where they have been saying that there is a need for uniformity in this case, as institutions must have their own standards as far as the code of uniform is concerned, which all of the students must abide with.
See what happened, that there should be uniformity in this case, and anybody, be it Sikh or Buddhist or Christian or Muslims, their religion must be respected, their faith must be respected, but institutions have their own standard. So institutions must have uniform standard as far as education is concerned, and of course outside they are free to practice and profess their own religion. You know how nobody is going to prevent that.
मकरन फिलहाल हमारे साथ जुड़ गए हैं लाइव। मकरन, हमने अभी रिएक्शन सुना कांग्रेस पार्टी की तरफ से, लेकिन यही वो कांग्रेस पार्टी थी जो सवाल उठा रही थी जब हिजाब को बैन कर दिया गया था कर्नाटका में। जहां तक वो फ्रीडम टू ऑफ चॉइस बता रहे थे, यहां पर तो फ्रीडम ऑफ चॉइस नहीं मिल रहा जहां तक हिंदू बच्चियों का सवाल है, जिस तरह से उनके जो बयान आ रहे हैं कि उन्हें फोर्स किया गया था हिजाब पहनने के लिए।
जी बिल्कुल, नाबालिग बच्चियां हैं और इसीलिए जो जेजे एक्ट है, जुवेनाइल जस्टिस एक्ट, उसके तहत धारा 75 और धारा 87 में केस भी रजिस्टर किया गया है। नाबालिग बच्चियां हैं, बिना उनके पेरेंट्स की अनुमति के आप उनको किसी धार्मिक एक्टिविटी में शामिल नहीं कर सकते। हिजाब पहनने का जहां तक मसला है, पूरी तरह से धार्मिक मसला है और इसको लेकर के पहले भी बहुत लंबी चर्चा हो चुकी है कि ये पूरा जो मामला है वो धार्मिक है। बच्चों ने शिकायत की है कि टीका लगाना या फिर कलावा बांधना भी प्रतिबंधित था, कलावा काट देते थे, टीका मिटा देते थे। इसके अलावा जो लड़कियां वहां पर हिजाब नहीं पहनती थी उनको भी डांटा जाता था, फटकारा जाता था। इसको लेकर के जो बाल आयोग है उसने भी अपनी रिपोर्ट सबमिट की है। पुलिस की जांच में भी ये तथ्य सामने आया है जो बच्चियों ने शिकायत की है। अब इस पूरे मामले में कांग्रेस का अपना स्टैंड हो सकता है, लेकिन कांग्रेस हमेशा गोलमोल जवाब देती है। जब दिग्विजय सिंह से सवाल किया गया कि हिजाब के मामले में उनका क्या कहना है, तो उनका कहना यह था कि महाकाल मंदिर से ध्यान हटाने के लिए हिजाब का मसला लिया है। कांग्रेस का स्टैंड क्या है इसको लेकर के क्लियरिटी नहीं है। गोविंद सिंह हो, कांग्रेस के दूसरे बड़े नेता हो, कोई भी हो, वो हमेशा इस बात को कह रहे हैं कि मुद्दे को डाइवर्ट किया जा रहा है, दूसरे मुद्दों से ध्यान भटकाया जा रहा है। बट हिजाब के मामले में उनका स्टैंड क्या है वो क्लियर नहीं करते और यही वजह है कि कांग्रेस अपने मामलों को लेकर के क्लियर नहीं है। अगर वो एक राज्य में किसी चीज का विरोध करते हैं तो जरूरी नहीं है कि वो दूसरे राज्य में करे। तो यूनिफॉर्मिटी जो है उनके बयानों में नजर नहीं आती है।
AIMIM और हम कांग्रेस पार्टी की बात नहीं कर रहे, हम और भी बाकी जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उनके बारे में भी जरा बात करेंगे। आप बने रहिए फिलहाल हमारे साथ। लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द VHP here. Reaction that is now coming in from the BHP. Will break that story for our viewers because they have been saying that this is a clear-cut case of forced conversions in a bid to take place and to lure, especially when it comes to youngsters and young children who actually need to be educated in a school like the Ganga Jamuna school. Here BHP is saying that Hindus will now fight back all such attempts.
We heard so many voices of human liberties, human rights, yes, on the hijab case in Karnataka.
Yes, sir.
Now, when there is a clear case of forcing a hijab, and there are clear cases of forcing the students to read Kalma, we await those human rights forces to come and speak up. I would say that the Hindu society is powerful and it can resist and fight back all such attempts.
मकरंद, क्योंकि इसे बताया जा रहा है जहां तक आगे की इन्वेस्टिगेशन जारी है कि ये सिर्फ हिजाब को लेकर ही सीमित नहीं है, फोर्स्ड कन्वर्जन्स हो, टेरर फंडिंग का एंगल हो, बताया जा रहा है कि और भी बहुत सारे एंगल्स हैं जिसको इन्वेस्टिगेट किया जा रहा है एफआईआर के बेस पर।
जी बिल्कुल, जब ये पूरा मामला सामने आया, सबसे पहले मामला तब सामने आया जब हिजाब को लेकर के कंट्रोवर्सी हुई। स्कूल के बाहर हिंदू बच्चियों के हिजाब में फोटोज लगाए गए, उनको बधाई देते हुए कि उनके बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स आए हैं। इसके बाद हिंदुवादी संगठनों ने विरोध किया, फिर वहां पर जिला शिक्षा अधिकारी पहुंचे, क्लीन चिट दे दी। कलेक्टर और एसपी ने भी पूरी तरह से इस मामले में क्लीन चिट दे दी। लेकिन मामला तब बढ़ा जब खुद मुख्यमंत्री ने इस मामले में संज्ञान लिया और मीडिया ने इंटरवीन किया। इसके बाद ये पता चला कि स्कूल में जो 3 छात्राएं हैं, बाल आयोग की टीम यहां पर पहुंची और उनकी जांच के बाद मुख्य तौर पर एक खुलासा हुआ कि 3 टीचर जो है वो कन्वर्टेड है। जो 3 टीचर्स है, चाहे वो प्रिंसिपल हो और उसके अलावा 2 टीचर्स है, उनके नाम बदले हुए पाए गए। इसके बाद और जांच हुई तो पता चला स्कूल की आड़ में बहुत सारे ऐसे बिजनेसेस हैं जिसके बारे में प्रशासन को शायद ठीक तरह से पूरी जानकारी भी नहीं थी। 1800 एकड़ से ज्यादा की लैंड है, 300 एकड़ शहर के आसपास की लैंड है, पेट्रोल पंप है, बीड़ी का कारखाना है, वेयर हाउसेज है, फार्म हाउसेज है, बहुत एक बड़ा साम्राज्य यहाँ पर फैला हुआ है दमोह में। तो इसके बाद जब जांच हुई तो उसके बाद इस बात का भी एक शक जताया है प्रशासनिक अधिकारियों ने। खुद मुख्यमंत्री सीएमओ की तरफ से जो प्रेस नोट आया है उसमें आशंका जताई गई है कि यहां से जो दाल यूएई में सप्लाई की जा रही थी, जो अरब कंट्रीज में सप्लाई की जा रही थी, उसके जरिए शायद टेरर फंडिंग की आशंका हो सकती है। इसके अलावा एक आशंका यह भी जताई गई कि अजमेर में कुछ लोग जब गए थे तो उनसे भी इनके कनेक्शन मिले हैं, लव जिहाद से भी कनेक्शन हो सकता है। तो जब इस तरह के कनेक्शन सामने आया तो इस मामले में तेजी आई है। कलेक्टर और एसपी को निर्देशित किया गया है।
And we have seen that assurance also been given by Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan that every possible angle that will be investigated, and this is an ongoing investigation as far as the FIR that has also been now registered against in this matter against the school. For the moment, Makrant, आपका बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए. We just have to move on and get you a breaking update that we're picking up now from the state of Karnataka, because the textbook row is back, and it seems that the state education minister has now stated that the textbook syllabus will now be corrected in the coming next 2 weeks. And Congress leader B.K. Hariprasad making a comment saying that where the BJP has tried to insert its ideology, the Congress party will now correct it.
ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಘ ಪರಿವಾರದ ತತ್ವ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳನ್ನು ತೂರಲು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಸರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯವರಾಗಲಿ ಸಂಘ ಪರಿವಾರದವರಾಗಲಿ ಹೆಡ್ಗೇವಾರ್ ಅವರು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಹೋರಾಟಗಾರರಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರಿಗೆ ಕ್ಷಮಾಪಣೆ ಪತ್ರ 6 ಬಾರಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಭಾಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇ ಆದ ಗ್ರಂಥಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಚಿತ್ರಗುಪ್ತ ಅಂತ ಅವರೇ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರಿಗೆ ಕ್ಷಮಾಪಣೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇಂಥ ರಣಹಿಡಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಪಠ್ಯಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ.
Deepak is with us, joining us live. Good afternoon, Deepak. How do we understand as far as the syllabus row is concerned? Because one sarkar adds its own, whatever they want to add in the textbook, the other sarkar says that they will correct. So this is something that also one part of the Congress party saying that it will be an expert committee that will be set up. It is not the government that is on its own is making those changes.
Well, we've seen, isn't it, expert committee or not, at the end of the day, of course, it seems like politics is infiltrating into the education system. These are students, of course, who are not even eligible to vote, but, the syllabus is decided based on the ideology of political parties. While one, wants, the chapters on RSS are found, the other, of course, was talking about Tipu the previous time, and that was removed. Now, Congress wants to remove what the BJP did. Well, it seems like the students who, of course, the academic year has already begun, will continue to be in a dilemma. The teachers, of course, have to really now omit certain chapters based on the instructions that have been given. Yesterday, of course, the education minister did tell us within the next couple of weeks they will bring about these changes, which is good for the students. He, of course, refused to comment on particular chapters. But here we have Mr. B.K. Hariprasad, who says that the students will not be allowed to study any sort of chapters on covered like Hegdewar is a statement that's coming in from the Congress. Definitely we could expect some sharp political reactions from the BJP that could come in. We've seen these sort of statements that have of course come from the Congress in the past and have drawn criticism from the BJP, and that's expected once again in this particular regard as well.
Right, so the revision basically, Deepak, that means is based on the recent revision has taken place, and we are looking at how it will be revised further, and in the coming 2 weeks is something that the Congress leader seems to be suggesting as far as you mentioned on the RSS founder Hegdewar, which was included in the state syllabus during the last revision. Now it is expected to be dropped in this current academic year.
Well, yes, there are a few chapters. One, of course, is what you just mentioned about the RSS founder, Mr. Hegdewar. There's also another chapter that they want to change about where there is Chakrabarti Sulebele, another right-wing activist here in Karnataka. He too had written a lesson that is also expected to be dropped. A few others as well, which they believe is something that pushes the RSS ideology. They say that something that's not good for the students or distorted history will not find a mention.
All
so
right,
we're
just trying to get more reactions on this. Deepak, please to stay on with us. Rakesh Sinha ji is with us and also Mr. Ratan Sharda. Rakesh ji, what do you make of Siddaramaiah Sarkar now saying that they would be taking steps to undo the changes done by the previous BJP government while revising school textbooks?
You can't expect the worshipper of Aurangzeb and Tipu Sultan to do justice with their history and the posterity. Their steep is injurious, not only the history but also the posterity. As far as Dr. Hegdewar is concerned, he played a very vital role in the Indian freedom movement. His sacrifice is no less than Nehru and Gandhi. He represents the common grassroots freedom fighters of the country who are responsible for the independence of the country. The independence is not the result of the miracle of some individuals who have been glorified, but the thousands and thousands of people have sacrificed. I'm giving example that Dr. Hegdewar played the role during the 1920s in non-cooperation movement. It is due to his role that non-cooperation movement got a flip in the Vidarbha and Maharashtra. It is his role in 1930s. The civil disobedience movement was revived in the Vidarbha, and that is a historical record. I think Hari Prasad's statement is a very injurious and very unhealthy trait in the Indian political discourse. By calling Dr. Hegdewar coward, which he called, he is insulting all the freedom fighters of the country.
Right,
grassroots workers during the freedom movement. Congress must apologize and come out from its own.
All right, sir, because they have been saying that the revised syllabus will be implemented in the coming 2 weeks, Rakesh ji. But why are children being unnecessarily dragged into this controversy? I mean, especially when it comes to the state syllabus. Now we are told that new chapters would be included that will not have the latest chapter of Hegdewar ji that was there earlier.
Very important question, because if every successive government will change the history, then the children, this is a very injustice to children. They are confused and amused at which history they are reading. History should represent the grassroots reality. And
right,
that
sir.
reality should be democratically decided in the history book. And
all right, so you're asking that the Congress Sarkar, which is now currently governing the state of Karnataka, not to make such kind of changes there. So, Rakesh ji, thank you very much. Ratan Sharda ji, thank you very much for your patience. Apparently, this decision has been taken at a meeting of educational reform, sir, and now a revised syllabus will now be put into place.
Well, Congress has been known to block the real history of Indian freedom struggle and Indian history for last 70 years. Still the truth has come out. Still people have understood that it was not just 2-3 urban families who got us independence, but there were lakhs and lakhs of people, thousands of non-selfish and self-sacrificing individuals, revolutionaries, freedom fighters who were fighting for India's freedom struggle since the 18th century. But for them, the only Nehru family, only a few families are to be, given the credit. And their habit is same. They did it in Madhya Pradesh, they did it in Rajasthan, and they are doing it in Karnataka. This is the worst kind of secular bigotry. And to defame Dr. Hegdewar is the worst crime. It is a sign of intolerance, narrow-mindedness. Dr. Hegdewar not only took part in the freedom struggle, as Dr. Rakesh Sinha has already pointed out,
right, sir,
but he was also with the revolutionaries in Kolkata, and he was active all through his life. moment of his life was sacrificed for the nation's freedom. He created a movement which has become the central pole of Indian
Right, sir. So the previous BJP government wanted, as far as the contributions of Dr. Hegdewar is concerned, to be taught to the children. However, it seems that the current Congress government is objecting to the same. Thank you very much, Ratan Shardaji, for your point of view. As far as the State Education Minister is concerned, let's listen in exactly what prompted them to take this step.
We have to work out and then delete certain issues and then add certain things in the interest of children. See, this is not about political intentions or anything like that. And since already textbooks have already reached in the hands of children, because before I took over already it was there. So one thing what we have decided it is minimize the corrections so that it doesn't hurt the system of studying for children. But at the same time we have to address the issue which they are not supposed to read. Okay, that will be given by the technical team. This should happen very soon, and I'm trying to bring this, let me see, before next cabinet, and I want a cabinet approval also so that everything is very systematic.
The next 2 weeks, could we say that's the
might be less than that also.
As far as the State Education Minister is concerned, saying that the revised syllabus will now be put into place in at least 2 weeks from now. With